Greetings fellow Decepticons, Soundblaster1987 here with my first ever toy review from the Thunderbirds franchise by Jerry Anderson. For those who don't know, Thunderbirds is a puppet animated series from 1965 featuring a family of basically the 5 sons of a billionaire ex-astronaut in an alternate future version of 2065, with Jeff Tracy, the patriarch of the family, being a former ex-astronaut of NASA, one of the first men to land on the moon. With obviously the series being made in 1965, this was before the Apollo 11 mission. So, basically, Jeff and his 5 sons and a couple of close family friends run an organisation called International Rescue, where they use high-tech flying machines called the Thunderbirds to transport heavy lifting and rescue equipment halfway around the world to deal with what would appear to otherwise be hopeless scenarios. People trapped in burning buildings and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, this is the Takara-Tomy PowerTech place at the Tracy Island headquarters. I'm not 100% complete sadly because I've lost the TV antenna from a Tracy Villa house building up here. But for lights and sounds, well, no lights but all the sounds still work. As you can see here, you've got the cliff face here that overhangs Thunderbird 2's launch ramp. You've got the roundhouse guest building where Thunderbird 3 comes through. And the diving board slides around to move the swimming pool out of the way for Thunderbird 1 to launch. It's a little bit fiddly, but if you've got long nails you can get in there. Around the back, this area here is where the speaker makes all the noises and such. So, to open out Tracy Island into the configuration we all know and love, press this little green lock button on the top here. Apologies for headphone users in this video because there's going to be a lot more noisy stuff going on. So, once the walls have exploded, there's a little bit extra to work on so you can get it all fully complete. First, fold up this piece here and fold this bit out like so, to create Braze's laboratory. Then unfold this piece at the front and this piece here to create Thunderbird 2's launch ramp. Replace the parts that have fallen off the conveyor belt in the process, if indeed the parts have fallen off. You'll have to excuse Thunderbird 2 on my copy because this thruster here has gone damaged and the landing legs are also stress marked. But Thunderbird 2 does plug in just here to use the little knobs on the wall to lock it in place for the part selection process. Then what you want to do is stand up Thunderbird 3's launch silo and hinge this piece out of the way for Thunderbird 1 to move around. And Tracy Island is more or less complete. So, from this point forwards, it's all about the electronic and motorised gimmicks. So, I'll try to go in as best in order as possible. So, what you want to do first is attach Thunderbird 1 to its launch platform if it's fallen off in the packing process. Then what you want to do next is swing the diving board towards yourself if you're looking at it from behind in order to open the swimming pool the right way. Then what you want to do is use this little dial here to bring Thunderbird 1's launch platform into position the way it would be on the show. There's a tiny little button in there that makes noises when things are pressed on it and then again when released. So, one more push and sometimes the last bit of the mechanism can get stuck so you may need to shove it from behind like so. Then when you release Thunderbird 1 from the button, Then, this little red button here activates the spring-loaded push-up mechanism directly underneath Thunderbird 2 to access one of the pods. And this little dial on the far right side of the island here moves the conveyor belt, much like it would for the TV show. Sadly, due to the shape of it and the size of the island, there's only enough space for pods 1, 3 and 5, which means Thunderbird 4's pod will not be included in this set. So, push this red button fast enough and Thunderbird 2 has its pod. You can now dislodge it from here and roll it along the ramp. This little button moves the palm trees out of the way, just like in the show. Then come to the end of the ramp and there's a little slider underneath it to raise it up to the launch angle, like so. Then for Thunderbird 3, what you want to do is lock in the front-facing rocket nacelle on the button to activate the pre-launch phrase, then release to say another line. So bear with me a sec. Then, when you release it, and finally, there are 2 more little buttons between Thunderbird 2's launch ramp and the pod selection bay. Pressing the top button has 3 different phrases. My mistake, it's the bottom one that's got 3 different phrases.
Alright boys, Thunderbirds are go. Standing by Thunderbird 4. Mr. Tracy, detonation in 4 seconds.
So that was Jeff Gordon and Brains' voices there. Obviously, Peter Dineley, the voice of Jeff Tracy, had to be recast for the sake of the, budget of this set, but David Graham, the voice of Gordon, Brains and Parker, still managed to get his voice lines in there. So that more or less concludes my review of the... Actually no, it doesn't, not quite, because underneath this little rock cavity here is Thunderbird 4. If I just get this up. Thunderbird 4 comes out of this little thing here, as a reference to the hidden underwater caves at the bottom of the island, where Tintin will normally take visitors to the island to distract them while the Thunderbirds return from the mission during the Operation Cover-Up situations. So that more or less concludes my review of the Tracy Island playset. Before I close the video, I'll just quickly show you how to actually, get the set fully closed back up again. Just put Thunderbird 1 back on its launch pad. So, in order to close everything back up again, what you want to do first is plug all the Thunderbirds back into their launch areas. Close up Thunderbird 2's launch ramp, like so. Close the palm trees. Then there are 3 spring-loaded little tabs here that pop out when the island is exploded open. So you want to push those back in and lock them in place. Then bring the side panels up first. Then the front panel, like so. And finally, slide the motorized roof of the island back over itself, like so. And for a quick size comparison, here is the Takara-Tomy Tracy Island, next to Universe 2's repainted Transformer Cybertron Minicon Safeguard. So, that concludes my review of Tracy Island. I've been Sandblaster1987, thanks again for watching. More Thunderbirds content on the way throughout July and August, so stay tuned for that. Till then, my next review will be the Kamen Rider Drive DX Trideron vehicle playset. That is intended for both the DX Shift Car and Taya Kokan Gimmick action figure lines, since it comes with the Midnight Shadow DX Shift Car and the Midnight Shadow Taya for the Taya Kokan figures. Till then, till all are one. FAB.